Shalom. I like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, or the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to my Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not by way of their forefathers seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as were the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. This is your brother Yakala from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is about a vision that was given to her by Yahweh Shemeshai. So this individual right here received a message from one of his followers about this vision that was sent to her, and he labeled it, God gave her this message for us, she said. All right, now the vision is very deep, and it really tells us about all of the things that we've been prophesying about, man. Okay, this is Acts chapter 2 verse 17. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Lord, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. And I will shew wonders in heaven above, and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and notable day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. The name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. We say Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, which is Yahweh in the name Yahushai, and then we also say Bahashem Rakah Kodesh in the name Holy Spirit. Okay, so this is what we're seeing, man. There have been frequent videos coming out about brothers getting visions and people getting visions, and he says that he would pour his spirit upon all flesh. So even so-called white people who are the Edomites are receiving these visions as well, man. Okay, so let's get into what she saw.
It starts out, number one, the Army and the Secret Service are monitoring your devices, including your cell phones, your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook. Turn off your location on your devices. The chariots of God are here. Number two, the government will send in the army to block you in the projects. They are going to put gates up to close off all exits, and they will have a soldier standing at each entrance. There will not be a way out for you to get out. The chariots of God are here. What?
This is the time of Jacob's trouble that is very speedily approaching you Israelites, man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So there's a portion of the Israelites that will be saved, man, which is the elect. But we're coming to this very great and troublesome time upon our people, man. And the military was mentioned, of course. So I'll get to 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 14. This will be happening in the midst of Jacob's trouble, which we're literally at the doorstep of. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So there's going to be mass rioting, as we're seeing. People are going to be fighting each other for all kinds of reasons. It's a great division around the world, and especially in America, and America's mystery Babylon the Great. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. So we're seeing that right now, the uproars of the people around the world, which is a sign that's spoken about in 2 Ezra chapter 9, to measure the time diligently. These are signs of the end. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So this right here is that martial law that is coming worldwide. Okay, and of course the military gets called in for martial law, right? And it's going to be even more serious than just the military. It's going to be all of those United Nations troops and everything of that type, man. Okay? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, right? So you people are going to be afraid, man, because they're not going to have Yahweh Shemishai. And the cities are going to be wasted away and all these things. It's going to be chaos, pandemonium. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So great tribulation is coming, man, upon the entire world. And this time is called Jacob's trouble for you Israelites, man. Okay? And of course it mentions the lack of bread, the famine is coming, which that's going to create havoc upon the entire world, man. Anywhere that you live. Okay? So let's get back into the vision.
Watching them in the sky. Number 3. The helicopters will be flying around the top of the project buildings with soldiers pointing shotguns at you all while spraying chemicals on the people trying to escape. No one will be able to escape. However, the chariots of God are what they call UFOs. Number 4.
You see the way that he laughed after that? Because he don't believe, man. But the so-called UFOs are actually and truly the chariots of the Most High. Okay? It's a very serious thing as well, man. And they have been appearing more frequently than they ever have before in, I'd say, this lifetime, the past couple of centuries. Okay?
There will also be soldiers dressed in black, jumping out of the helicopters, busting into your windows around 3 a.m. in the morning, rounding people up. Number 5.
All right. So they're going to be doing this, man. And you see that time that it mentioned 3 a.m.? That's a very, if you know about that time, you know about that time, man. And Esau Edom works, and Esau Edom is the so-called white man, and they work with great sorcery and witchcraft. And they choose these times for a very specific reason. Okay, so they're going to be breaking into people's homes and they're going to be gathering people. And this is what's going to happen, man. All right, now this is specifically more so for the elect of Israel. 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 17, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So those that fear the Lord, there's going to be a great violent uprising against us, man. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So they're coming in hot and heavy to murder us, man. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. See? So they're going to be rushing in, man, unto the elect of Israel, and they will be casting us out. And I say us humbly, because I do hope that I'm a part of the elect. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be casting us out, man, and they're going to be seeking to murder some of us, whatever their orders will be from Esau Edom. And of course, everyone else is going to be facing these things as well. But you know, the 2/3, this ain't for this kind of message ain't for them. All right, the 2/3 and the unbelieving. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Con. So these days of trouble are at hand. And they're coming very soon, man.
The water that is coming from your faucet has poison, toxins inside of it. The meat in the grocery store has chemicals and drugs inside of it. Purchase your food outside of your neighborhood. The dates on the food are not correct. Don't be fooled. Number 6. Don't go to any makeshift stations, clinic, hospital, or set up camp to get tested. They will inject you with the virus, and then they will say that you tested positive.
Yeah, you see that? Yo, man, that's deadly. This is the way of the Edomites, man, these so-called white people. But the scriptures let us know, right? In the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, And verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So don't trust these Edomites, man. This great time of trouble is coming, and as the woman's vision lets you know, that if you go to the places that they are going to be setting up for aid, if you go there, they're going to jack you up, man. All right, these Edomites are not here to help any of you Israelites, man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Then let me get another precept regarding the nature of these Edomites, man. This is Job chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. And vanity here is talking about sorrow, wickedness, and trouble. All right, so they bring forth trouble, and their belly prepareth deceit. So it's nothing but deceit when it is that they're going to be telling you, hey, this is what it is, how we will be helping you during this great time of trouble. All right, because this entire situation is manufactured and it will be orchestrated by these Edomites. It is by design, by way of the elite of Esau Edom. So they are intentionally going to be putting you into these kinds of situations so that you go and you run to them for the solution. And at the peak of that solution is going to be the microchip, which is that mark of the beast.
7. The government will use drones to follow you when you try to escape. It will have the capability to talk to you, shoot, and kill by tracking your cell phone. Get your kids off of social media. They can attack you through them. The chariots will appear in the sky. Number 8. The government is planning to take every one of us hostage, to implant a microchip in our right hand and our children in order to control us for their new world order.
Yup. There it is, man. This part of the vision that she received is very powerful. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. The microchip is the mark of the beast.
This is not a joke. God showed me these things in my dreams to share with my people. Wake up. The time is now. The chariots will destroy this earth soon and rescue us. Believe.
Yes. You see that she said, my people. And through the spirit of Yahweh Shemishai, I obviously believe that she is an Israelite woman, man. Okay? And the Lord is coming to save his people. Who are his people? Obviously the Israelites. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 68. Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh of Israel. Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh of Israel. The Lord, Yahweh of Israel. Yahweh of Israel. Okay, of Israel. Okay? Which tribe of Israel did the Lord come out of Yahushua, the tribe of Judah, man? And his kinsmen are who? All of the other tribes. Okay? Going on, starting from Judah, going on down to Issachar. For he hath visited and redeemed his people, man. So Yahushua is coming for the elect of the nation of Israel.
Number 9. Please get together with your family. Reach out to them and spread the word. Life will never be like it was before. They are blocking out the sun so that you won't be able to get vitamin D, which gives the body energy and also communicates spiritually. Our families in the Caribbean and Spanish islands will be rounded up as well by the military. So reach out to them and tell them, the chariots.
That is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemishai that she's mentioned the Caribbean and the Spanish-speaking countries as well, man. Okay? Because those so-called Latinos are the Northern Kingdom Israelites, man. Okay? Yo, man. When you really look at what is being said and you're in this truth, and Yahweh Shemishai hath had mercy on you and opened up your eyes, you can clearly see the message that he's sending, man. Okay? The Lord's holy chosen people, the Israelites who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy that match all of the descriptions of discontinuing from their heritage in the book of Jeremiah, and then remembering who they are in the book of Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30, in the land of their captivities, matches with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and no one else.
Have black angels inside of them. Number 10.
Black angels inside of them. The revelation of Yahushua. Okay? Let's get it, man. This is Revelation chapter 1. And verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about with the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass. What's the color of brass? Brown. As if they burnt in a furnace, so burnt brass is he's of a dark brown complexion. And Yahushua said, have you not seen me? Then you have seen the Father. Which means that Yahweh is also a dark brown man. And so, of course, naturally, y'all already know what it is, man. Then the servants of Yahweh Shemishai are going to be of the same hue as well. Different shades of brown, going from a light brown to a dark brown. And of course, the angels are going to be of this complexion as well. Okay? All right. And his voice as the sound of many waters. Yeah, Yahushua's voice is extremely powerful. So when he comes, when he's going to be coming back, he's going to say, come out of her, my people, in the book of Revelation. That's going to be frightening to hear when he says it, man. But also so glorious and powerful.
Buy a generator, deep freezer, get your passport, get your government ID. Try to get out of America while you can. The economy is bankrupted. The dollar will crash and it will be mayhem in the streets. There will be no food to buy or sell.
Yes, the dollar is going to crash so that they can move in their new currency, their new solution, which is going to be that microchip. Revelation chapter 13 verse 17 again, that no man shall buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
The ports are closed. Nothing going out and nothing will be coming in. Get ready, please. Time's up. And that's...
Alright, so that's it, man. And we in that time. Yo, man, we truly are in these times, man. This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. Michael is one of the great archangels. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. And the nation's talking about is the nation of Israel. Even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So the elect is going to be delivered, man. But Yahushua is coming. And it says in the book of Zechariah chapter 5 that what? Behold, a flying roll. The flying roll are those chariots, man. Let's go to the book of Acts. Chapter 1 and verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. So a cloud received Yahushua, a chariot. Okay, so-called UFO. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So Yahushua will be returning the same way that he went up, and which means that he's going to be returning in a chariot, man. And in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, it says that it's a great mountain. It's going to be that huge, man. This is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. So Yahushua is coming with clouds, man. So he's going to be in that great big chariot, and then several other chariots are coming. I shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen. All right, so everyone is going to be seeing Yahushua come, man. All right, and the Israelites upon the earth are going to be crying out because the Messiah, our Redeemer, will be here, man. This is Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariot. See? So I know the name for it, besides the flying roll and the clouds, is the chariots of the Most High, like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be many. So it's going to be a dreadful day, man. It's not going to be a day of what they portray in the so-called Christian church. No, man, it's a day of darkness and gloominess, man. All right, and the elect of Israel will, even those that are going to even be saved, are going to be trembling at the sight of Yahushua. It's going to be that marvelous, man. Okay, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. The clouds are those chariots, man, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. And I'm going to say amen at the end of that, man. And I truly hope that I'm a part of that. And that's just what it is, man. Yo, keep on pushing, Akim, because, yo, we close. Okay, so with that, I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Shemishai, Bashem, Kodesh, Wa Abad, Babal, Shalom.